Are you sick and tired of gambling your hard-earned money on Madden packs? Well, look no further than my sponsor, MMOEXP, for the cheapest and the most reliable mug coins on the market. And don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 5% off. The link for their website will be right at the top of the description. Are you looking to take your Madden game to the next level? Look no further than Civil.gg for the best ebooks on the market. Choose one of 2 membership options, and don't forget to use code FERDY at checkout for 25% off. What's going on, guys? Today we have, I'm not gonna lie, this is a very makeshift video. This video was not planned, but it was kind of like a backup if for some reason this Cooper Kupp didn't come out today, and here we are. Cooper Kupp's coming out tomorrow. EA waited all day to tell us that the car was coming out tomorrow, and I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have had more time to plan this video if I knew that earlier, because yeah, today I plan on doing the 99 Cooper Kupp gameplay. That gameplay is gonna be dropping tomorrow. And while I'm recording this right now, we still haven't seen Cooper Kupp's stats or the other 2 probably honors cards that are going to be joining him tomorrow. I'm also not sure what EA is going to do with, Cooper Kupp getting Offensive Player of the Year and MVP of the Super Bowl. I'm not sure what they're going to do about that. I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. Hopefully they just do like Fantasy Player of the Year. They've done that in the past, so maybe that'd be like Jonathan Taylor or a guy like that. Who really knows? But EA hopefully has something up their sleeve, and hopefully EA can bounce back, man. I really feel like, I literally play this game every single day. I make content on this game. And I feel like EA's just been down the last 2 weeks, man. They got to bounce back. They have opportunities too. The people are still playing their game, obviously. But, I mean, they got to bounce back, man. The last 2 weeks is like, it's like the biggest week of football. You'd think they'd try to execute or something like that. Maybe drop some more content. They really just dropped the ball, I feel like. I feel like, again, they're just getting really lazy. And I say this almost every single video. But that's what it feels like from EA right now. But if you do want to see the Cooper Kupp stat reveal as well as the honor cards that are coming out tomorrow, I will be live tonight on Twitch for those reveals. So if you want to come through at about 6:45 Eastern time, I will be live, twitch.tv/FerdyTV, or the link is down in the description. Like I said, live on Twitch at about 6:45 to 6:30 for the NFL honors and the Cooper Kupp MVP reveal. But yeah, before we hop into it, about half you guys who watch the videos are actually not subscribed, and hey, if you're still playing Madden 22 like the rest of us, hit that subscribe button, turn those notifications. I do make daily Madden 22 content that will never change. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, and yeah, let's just hop into today's video. So I guess I never really said what we're doing in today's video, but today we're going to be predicting Gridiron Guardians Part 2, which is supposed to be coming out on Friday or maybe Thursday, and my guess is probably Friday. But yeah, this promo, Part 2, it was pretty solid. It came out at the beginning of October, so a lot of these cards stat-wise were very good. I don't think there was any limiteds. There was no limiteds in this promo, but there were 4 high overall champions. So I'd imagine that these cards in this drop are going to be 97 overalls, and these guys should be 95 overalls, I'd imagine. Or maybe it's going to be 96 and they're going to be 94s, but if they're 95s with 97 masters, but if EA does copy and paste it, it could be a good promo depending on the stats they give to these 95s. I do think they usually go like 2 for 4 on champions. They usually do stuff like that where, they're going to give us 2, like half the champions are good. It's very rare that EA drops 4 good champions. If they do, that would be amazing. But also you're already going to have 8 95s, maybe 94s potentially. That also could have some pretty good stats. The stats on these cards were not good, however. Even when these cards came out, these 90s just weren't that good. Even like Alvin wasn't good, Stephon wasn't good. The best out of all these guys was either Jamal Adams or DeForest Buckner, if you remember. But yeah, when these cards came out, these stats were not good on these collectibles. So hopefully that does change. And like I said, the last 2 weeks of this game have been very dry, and I feel like they've dropped the ball a lot. So this is a big promo for EA to, I think, put out some good cards that are going to create some hype. So again, I hate having expectations, but I think this promo could be pretty solid. Okay, so the first name that I could definitely see getting an upgrade is DeAndre Hopkins. His best card right now is a 93, but like I said, if they are 97 overall champions, I could see Hopkins getting this upgrade for sure. And yes, there are probably, cards that deserve upgrades more than DeAndre Hopkins, or maybe haven't had upgrades yet this year, but I feel like with DeAndre Hopkins, in like a Gridiron Guardians / like Mutt Heroes program, it feels like it's almost annual at this point. So don't be surprised if we do see DeAndre, even though he might not be the greatest. I could see him being like a champion, and maybe they give him like 94 speed, like kind of like how they did Larry Fitzgerald, for example. Okay, so this one right here, I can definitely see, even as like a collectible, like a 95. David Bakhtiari does not have an upgrade yet this year. Yes, he was battling injury basically the whole season, but doesn't have an upgrade yet. So Bakhtiari, hopefully he's not a champion of this promo, but I could definitely see him getting some kind of collectible. He definitely needs an upgrade for sure. It's crazy that, I mean, I'm sure if he was playing, he would have already had an upgrade. But yeah, I think Bakhtiari is definitely a guy that EA's looking at to give an upgrade for this promo. So next up, we got Nick Chubb. He does have a limited already this year, but it is a 91 overall, and this card came out at around the same time as Gridiron Guardians Part 1. So Nick Chubb could get a card. He was in the Pro Bowl. He's been balling this season. I wonder how good his card would be. I mean, he does weigh 227, so he'd probably be pretty good. But yeah, I think Nick Chubb is definitely another one of those cards that really haven't been shown love in a minute. They've been playing very well in real life. There hasn't been like a Team of the Year promo for him to really shine. Or, I mean, I think he was in Team of the Year voting. I do think he was, but didn't get that card. So this Nick Chubb, I think, does make a lot of sense. I could see him probably more than Bakhtiari and DeAndre Hopkins for sure. And I probably should have put Dalvin Cook first on this list, but the fact that Dalvin Cook doesn't have an upgrade yet in the game, and it wasn't like he got hurt this season, but the fact that he went out there, he had a couple like Team of the Week champion level performances that he didn't get an upgrade for. I think Dalvin makes probably the most sense in this promo. And if we get like a big Dalvin card, are we still going to get Nick Chubb? Probably not. But Dalvin needs a card so bad. I mean, the fact that he does not have a card yet is actually criminal. I think, again, he was also in the Team of the Year running. I'm actually not sure if Chubb was in it. Was Chubb in Team of the Year? I feel like, what was it? Cordero Patterson, Dalvin Cook, probably Jonathan Taylor, right? Probably. Was it? Maybe Jonathan Taylor wasn't even in it. I don't remember who the candidates were, but I feel like, yeah, I know Dalvin Cook was definitely one of those guys. I remember voting for him and saying he needs an upgrade. The fact he doesn't have one yet is crazy. Yeah, and I feel like Gridiron Guardians Part 2 makes sense for a Dalvin Cook card, whether it's just a 95 or whether it's he's a champion. Anyway, this guy can get an upgrade. He needs one, man, because it's not like he was hurt this season. He played and balled out a lot of times this season, and the fact that he only has his 85 card is criminal. So next up, we got Julio Jones, who hasn't had an upgrade since September 9th, which was a very long time ago. Yeah, he has his redux, but I'm not going to count that, obviously. But yeah, Julio Jones definitely do. And in a promo where it is kind of based off heroes, guardians, whatever you want to call it, Julio Jones, again, makes sense. And whether he's just a 95 or a 97, that overall jump still makes a lot of sense to me. But Julio, I feel like, if they gave him like 95 base, 96 base, 6'3", 220, and it would probably, would 100% hit 3 thresholds, he could end up being the best receiver in the game easily. And also, yeah, he's due. And I feel like this promo really isn't based off performance. It's not going to be like standouts. I feel like they don't care how well a dude's playing in real life. So I feel like Julio could definitely get an upgrade, but again, not all these cards are going to get upgrades. I'm just giving you guys some candidates. Because if DeAndre Hopkins does get a card, I feel like Julio doesn't get one, or vice versa. So, but I'm going to be honest. I can see Julio getting a card more. You know, I can see them giving a Julio card because I feel like they know that Julio's going to sell more packs than a brand new DeAndre Hopkins. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this one, but we all know Ryan Ramczyk always has some very good cards, and I feel like EA had to have planned for some kind of upgrades for Ryan Ramczyk for this season. So this makes sense here. It kind of speaks to me. Next up, we got Justin Simmons. He was up for Team of the Year. He was a candidate. So most likely these Team of the Year candidates already have their cards made. You saw a bunch of these Team of the Year guys that didn't get their cards get upgrades shortly after Team of the Year. So Justin Simmons also makes sense. His best card right now is this 92, who was actually pretty good, standing at 6'2", 202. Could be a pretty good card, potentially, if they make him a little bit better as a tackler. But just because he is 6'2" and already has some pretty good speed and had a good speed whenever this card came out, this one also does make sense to me. So next up, we got another free safety, and that's Jesse Bates. And I feel like, again, Bates, I thought for sure was going to get a card for the Super Bowl promo. He didn't get one for the Super Bowl, but I think this one also does make sense. He does have a 92. He was already a master in a past promo. So EA will make Jesse Bates a master. But I also do still feel like a 92 to like a 95 collectible does make sense for Jesse. So yeah, I'm going to throw Jesse Bates on this as well. Now we got Fletcher Cox, and I'm pretty sure Fletcher got a card the same week as Nick Chubb, I'm pretty sure. They both came out in the same week around Gridiron Guardians Part 1. So Fletcher Cox cards, he had that limited time last year at around this time for the Pro Bowl. So I could see like a Fletcher Cox Master. That makes sense. I feel like EA would drop a Fletcher Cox Master. Will he be good? Yeah, probably he'd be very good. But I feel like, yeah, EA would do like a Fletcher Master. That one really speaks to me because I can really see that happening. So next up, we got another receiver. And again, we already have like Hopkins and Julio on here. But I feel like all three of these guys are good candidates. I really do. I feel like out of those three that I showed you, DeAndre Hopkins, I mean, just because he had that card last year, I feel like EA just loves parody so much and just kind of repeating content that I wanted to put Hopkins on here, but I could see Keenan Allen getting a card too. Hasn't had an upgrade since his 90 overall, but he wasn't a master then, and I could see them giving like him like a 95 or like a 94, 95 collectible because they didn't make him a master for most feared. He had a good season this year and hasn't been showing any love for it. So again, maybe like a 94, 95 for Keenan, depending on the structure of the promo. But yeah, I feel like there's so many good receiving candidates that I feel like it's tough for Keenan to kind of get this card. Okay, so this one right here, man. This one right here. 89 Saquon Barkley was the last Saquon we got this year. And I mean, Saquon's going to sell packs. Saquon's going to sell packs, and he's going to be very, very, very good. If you played Madden 22 at the beginning of the year, you know everyone had Saquon. The animations are amazing. He weighs 233 pounds. He's 5'11". I mean, yeah, dude, Saquon, if he gets an upgrade, he's going to go crazy. But I'm talking like, depending on speed, potentially RB1. Like, for sure. Like, I could definitely see that happening. So, yeah, I think Saquon makes sense. Especially because, like I said, this promo isn't based off performance and how they played this season. And they know Saquon's going to sell packs as well as a guy like Julio's going to sell packs for you. Yeah, this one really makes sense. If I were an EA executive, I'd be like, yes, this will sell packs. Please drop this. And these next couple are just kind of like, why not? These aren't cards that I want. These are cards that like I could see and I wouldn't be surprised if they came out. But Demario Davis, just, yeah, if you got a card, cool. It wouldn't be that good, but yeah, I could see it, yeah. Again, Ryan Jensen, center. Yeah, I could see it. I feel like at most we probably get 2 offensive linemen out of this, and I've already shown you guys, I think 3 or 4. I think it was only 3 offensive linemen so far, but again, yeah, could see Ryan Jensen getting a card here. Had a good season, yeah. I mean, I would not be surprised if I saw this card. You know what I mean? I really wouldn't. Okay, so I'm kind of scrolling through my GG. Like I said, this video has no rhyme. It has no reason. I'm just kind of freestyling this video right now. But Vita Vea really makes sense. I know I said Fletcher Cox makes sense, but I feel like in the Madden community, a Vita Vea there's way more hype around that card than like a Fletcher Cox if that were to happen. So Vita hasn't had an upgrade since Saquon. He actually balled and had a good season. I mean, yeah, he has his running back. Oh, he is his running back. No, I mean like defensive tackle Vita Vea. This would be a really good card. Like, he'd actually play well and 100% hit that power move threshold. He's a crazy weight. They'd probably give him like mid 80s acceleration. His speed would not be great, but his run stats would be very nice. Like very, very nice. So Vita Vea, I think, makes more sense than Fletcher Cox. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Fletcher because Vita makes more sense. If you're going to upgrade a defensive tackle, I think Vita makes more sense. But knowing EA, they're going to give the Fletcher Cox. It's one of those scenarios because he kind of had a card at the same time last year. But it would be cool to see a Vita. So this one's kind of a weird one, but again, I could see it happening. If they are going to give a wide receiver a champion card, which, by the way, they didn't do in the first part of the promo. It was quarterback and running back. So there was no wide receiver in part 1 of the promo. So if they are going to give a wide receiver a champion card, I think like DeAndre Hopkins, Julio Jones, and DK Metcalf are 3 really good candidates. I really believe that. I mean, maybe like a limited time card if they want to go that route. Again, I doubt they put limiteds in this promo, but I also wouldn't be surprised if there were limiteds. But I think a DK card would definitely generate some hype, the same way like a Julio card would, for example. Again, here's another card that I can see getting an upgrade, another offensive lineman. But again, I would not be surprised if Tyron Smith does get an upgrade. Cowboy, we all know EA loves the Cowboys, and they really haven't been shown that much love recently. So, yeah, I mean, actually, that's kind of a lie. Yeah, that's a little bit of a lie. But still, Tyron Smith would be a really good card for the Cowboys theme team. Would they need him? I think they already have a pretty good tackle. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, Tyron Smith upgrade, I could see it. Like, yeah, he may probably not, but I would not be surprised. So speaking of the Cowboys, we got Zeke Elliott, and he hasn't had an upgrade since September. He had an alright season. He played. This card would generate hype because, again, the Cowboys theme team is still very relevant. This card also would get 2x chems powered up. So, again, an upgrade that makes sense. There was, even as like a 95, this card would make sense. He really would. 6 foot, 228. Like, I'm not saying this guy's gonna be a champion, but as like a collectible or like whatever they call those heroes, I could see this because a 5 overall upgrade is still definitely worth your while. Okay, so we're kind of starting to wind down here, but I feel like, again, EA just likes parity so much. And last year we had that Darius Slay as well as a Kenny Galladay card as limited times for, yes, it was MUT Heroes, but it's kind of the same idea, you know, like the cartoon look. It is really just the same idea. So a Darius Slay card, I could easily see that happening. Like, again, I would not be surprised if we saw like another limited Darius or a collectible Darius. I'm not saying that a collectible Darius makes sense, but like I said, it's EA with the parity. There are so many cards that we had this year from, like, say, for example, Team of the Year. Or sorry, Team of the Week. Team of the Week is a great example of EA just using basically the same card that was in the game last year that people liked and putting it in the game again this year. So again, Darius Slay, and also I'm gonna like a little like maybe like a little Kenny Galladay. Kenny didn't do really anything this season. I think Andrew Thomas had more touchdowns than him this season, but I could still see him getting a card. His card last year was very good. 98 overall, I believe he was as well. Powered up to a gold 99 last year. Yeah, I would not be surprised at that either. And also, yeah, he was hurt last season too. Right? Wasn't Kenny Galladay hurt for a good portion of the season? He still had just an absolutely disgusting card last year. Again, parity. EA loves it. Okay, so I know the Colts did just get a limited time corner, but I'm pretty sure Xavier Rhodes. I can check actually. How do I check this again? Like here. What? Oh, right here. More. Madden 21. Rhodes. I'm typing it in. I spelled it wrong. I'm gonna spell it right. Trust me. Rhodes. Yeah, so Xavier Rhodes, yeah, he had the MUT Heroes Master last year, and I was just talking about parity. Xavier Rhodes is very due, and they kind of had the same upgrade as last year. I mean, his best card this year is a 90. His best card before this card was an 89. You kind of can see where I'm going with this card, and he kind of fits the whole like hero guardian theme that EA goes for, you know, whenever they do these promos. And I think this name right here is probably the last name we're going to talk about, and that is TJ Hawkinson. I also think, didn't Hawkinson have a card out of this promo last year too? I could be wrong, but I feel like right now you have Gesicki with upgrades. You have a bunch of, I think he was. Literally, yeah, he was. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, they're going to go for the parity look again. But yeah, I think that, you know, Gesicki has an upgrade. Andrews has an upgrade. Waller has an upgrade. Kyle Pitts has an upgrade. Who else? Kittle has a pretty good card. Kelsey has a good card. Hawkinson doesn't have that yet, and it would literally basically, I mean, not actually the same thing, because his best card right now is, I think, the 92, right? Was it 92? What was it, 92? 92. So it is still a pretty big jump from 92 to 94, 95. I think that's still a worthy upgrade. And like I said, Gesicki, Waller, Andrews, all these big name tight ends that play currently have upgrades. So I feel like Hawkinson does make sense because he's played well this season, even though he's kind of been cooped up on the Lions. I think he battled some injuries this year, though. He had a couple good weeks for sure, but it's tough to do that on the Lions even. But I feel like Hawkinson does make sense, and I haven't talked about tight ends yet. And if there's one current tight end that needs an upgrade, it is Hawkinson. Maybe like a Hunter Henry too, maybe potentially. Jonnu Smith would probably be a really good card too. Probably create some hype around that one as well. Alright guys, so that is going to do it for today's video. And like I said, kind of in the intro, this video wasn't really like planned. I literally kind of freestyled this one. So if I didn't miss any names, let me know down below. I feel like I did generate a pretty good list for you guys today. Usually whenever I do prediction videos, I have, you know, card arts, mock cards and stuff like that. But yeah, this video just wasn't planned at all. But I think I got some pretty good names up there. I think I'm gonna probably get a couple names right. There's no way that I don't. If I shoot 0%, I'd be very disappointed in myself. I really would be. But I feel like I got a pretty good idea about who's gonna get some upgrades this week. So that's why we're here making this video. But yeah, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and like I said, if you are still playing Madden 22, if you care enough about this game to be watching this video right now at this current moment, hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, We do post daily Madden 22 content, hopefully and ideally all the way up into Madden 23. That is the plan. So hit the subscribe button, turn those noties, and yeah, as always, I will see you boys in the next one.